Jake Paul has brought in some heavy hitters to prepare for Anthony AJ Joshua. And guess who this super team includes? Frank Sanchez, Jared Anderson, and none other than Lawrence Okoli. What?
I do want to go in and work with Jake Paul in preparation for this fight and preparation for mine. It'll be good to. Why? I need to know what he sees that makes him think this is a good idea. That's one I'm very difficult to know. And then number two, it's like I want him to feel what it's like to be in there with a big, strong, world-class heavyweight before the day, because I don't want him to get hit with the first jab and it's a whole new sensation. So, and you never know. You know, I think there's some game plans that he could cause a bit of trouble. Do you know what I mean? But
But no, I'm going to stop you.
I
What?
have to
No,
say, I have to
no.
say.
You tell me now. Then Lawrence Okoli, former multi-time world champion. I say it from serious because I think Jake is brilliant for the sport and what he's done for especially the women's game and what he is. I think he's fantastic and he's showing other boxers coming through. Look where I've got from this. So you tell me now, in terms of a game plan, what you think.
There's three I see. One of which is, bear in mind, AJ is not I'm gonna come out and get this over in one round kind of guy. He does do it, don't get me wrong, but that's based off of other people's work. So when you see AJ versus Ngannou and him were having a fight before AJ started landing the great right hands off of Ngannou going southpaw. I don't think AJ's first instinct is to go in and go double jump, uppercut, left hook to the butt and rip into people. He likes to box. He's a natural boxer. So I think he's gonna be just going through stuff. He hasn't been in the ring for over a year. He's gonna be, popping jabs, slipping, showing a bit of skill. I think if you're Jake, you do that with him, right? You do that with him, and then when you throw your hard shot, you do it once, you get one chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
You do it once in the fight, you do absolutely everything you have, and you hope that something happens. Because if nothing happens, it's a hard night for you, I'll be honest with you. But if you land it and get a moment, anything can happen. That's one of the three game plans I see. That's my favorite one. But I don't know. I think they might hear it. And
no, let's leave it, because if you get to do some work with Jake as well, then you can go through all this with him.
He's been friends with Anthony Joshua since the amateur days, even under his management. At some point, don't know if he still is. But I was thinking, what if AJ planted a mole in the camp? Tell me how good he's sparring, tell me what's going on. Or what if Jake Paul is in Okoli's ear, like, hey, tell me everything you know about AJ. Strengths, weaknesses, it could go either way. Very interesting. So it shows, for one, that Jake Paul's taking this fight very seriously. And it's not going to be like the other fights that looked, to me, scripted, staged, rigged. I think Jake Paul has heard the backlash from that, and he wants to show and prove at this point. And who better to do that against than a guy that's much bigger than you? I heard from Jake Paul's promoter on the Ariel Helwani show. He said when Jake Paul was face-to-face with Anthony Joshua, at one point he was planning to motorboat Jake Paul. I didn't even know what that meant.
What are you thinking when you see this? And now, even when you're looking at it, 3 days later, there's a massive size discrepancy here.
So if you notice at the start of the face-off, Jake is looking down at his chest.
Yeah.
Jake had said to me that he was going to motorboat him, or he was going to do this to his chest. And I said, Jake, I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense, man. Like, this is a pretty intense situation, but up to you. You obviously make your own call. So I think in that moment, he was actually like considering doing that. And then upon reflection, probably thought, okay, let me just look up versus doing this.
Wouldn't have gone good for Jake. You thought Mike Tyson slapped Jake hard. You would have seen that dude fly off the stage had he done that to AJ. But I guess that's why the promoter was standing there going like this in the middle of both guys, like, probably looking at the size difference too. But Jake thinks his size is going to be an advantage because he's saying how shorter fighters do good against taller fighters, which is true. Like I always say, the two guys that Lennox Lewis lost to were both 6'2". That's not short, but, in today's heavyweight division, these dudes are like NBA players, a lot of them. But Jake was saying that AJ crosses his legs when he's moving. I found footage of Jake Paul fighting, I think it was Tommy Fury, where his legs got tangled or crossed.
Yeah, 100% footwork, his rhythm, his speed, and crossing his feet.
So he's doing what he says AJ does. But, it's interesting that these guys are in camp. They're all about what? I think Frank Sanchez is 6'3", 6'4". Jared Anderson, I think, is listed at 6'4". Lawrence Okoli, what is he, like 6'6", 6'7", something like that? 6'5", somewhere around that. So these guys are helping Jake Paul prepare for Anthony AJ Joshua as we get closer to the fight. I hope there's another press conference. I want to see if the demeanor changes because I remember with the Tyson Jake Paul press conference, the first one was kind of cordial. Next one, Jake Paul got really disrespectful. And, it turned into WWE kind of. But what do you guys think of the sparring partners that Jake Paul decided to bring in? Frank Sanchez, Jared Big Baby Anderson, and Lawrence Okoli, AJ's homie, or used to be. We'll find out, I guess, won't we? Anyway, it's the J Roos Theory, Cash App, $J Roos 33, channel number 2 and WJ, the Instagram, the J Roos Theory, LSR forever. And be fearless. Yay.